Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Arts Council of Surrey Community Gallery here at the Newton Cultural Centre. My name is Wendy Mould. I am the producer of ACS Gallery Talks. I'm here today to introduce you to our featured artist, KRISTJANA GUNNARS. Works by KRISTJANA are here until May 29th, or you can also view the show on the Arts Council's website, artcouncilofsurrey.ca. KRISTJANA's show is called On Silent Wings. KRISTJANA is a long-time practicing artist with strong roots from Northern Europe. Her mother was a master fiber artist, and it's her legacy that she wished to incorporate into her work. She has created a series of paintings that are 3D in nature, although this one isn't a painting. It is more the fiber part, but definitely part of the show. Her paintings have this 3D nature to them, and they embody not only her paint, but textures created by a variety of materials to capture the sense of both of their styles. I look forward to talking to KRISTJANA and learning more about her work. Let's go meet KRISTJANA. Good afternoon, KRISTJANA. It's really nice to see you here with your show, and my goodness, it sure looks great. On Silent Wings, interesting name. Can you tell us about the show? What's it about?
On Silent Wings, yeah, that comes from one of the pieces, the smallest piece, which is on the table, and it's basically like a lot of butterfly wings. Butterflies don't make any sound. You just see them flapping around. So that was sort of one of the early pieces. So I got the idea for naming the whole show from that one piece, the little one.
Oh wow, that is a neat name too. When I saw it, I thought,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
Well, the whole this whole series started when I've been a painter of just sort of pure paint all along, and never wanting to use anything other than one kind of paint for each picture. And I took a workshop locally. Someone was showing how she did mixed media, and she was throwing all sorts of things onto the paper and the canvas, and I thought I would try that. Which is what happens with the workshops. You know, you just start something new, and then I realized that I was able to express more, and it was fun. So I started doing that, and and this is one of my early pieces here.
Oh yes, and this piece is called...
Yeah, because at the same time I was learning mixed media, I was also experimenting with paper making. And I was making these papers.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I thought, they look so nice to me. I like the look of them. So I want to put them on a canvas, and I had just the opening there for suggestions on how to do it. So these are actually, they're like leather, they're paper leather.
Oh.
And you make it by taking regular packing paper, and you crumple it up in some kind of lotion and then you let it dry, and it's all wrinkly and stuff. And you can smear it with shoe polish or acrylic paint or whatever, and it looks like leather. And I was trying to do book binding, and I wanted to use them for book covers, but then I thought, I just like the way they look. So I had a few pieces. This one also has gold leaf in it.
I can see that, yes, yes.
And I started putting them onto a basic black background, and just kept doing that until I got a composition. So all of these pieces are basically compositions, the way you would do a musical composition or poetic composition. So I added, this is a Chinese mulberry paper that I had imported.
Right.
And some tissue paper. And then I did this gold leaf, which if you've ever worked with gold leaf, it's pretty messy. But
tricky, yes, very, yeah.
I hadn't done it much before, so this is one of an early, but I like the idea of having a gold thread, like the story of Arachne.
Right.
Who ended up having to spin all the time, and so when I was done, I felt that it reminded me of tailoring.
Oh, I see. Hence the name.
Yeah, and that this would be like with the gold thread.
Yes, right.
So a hairo is a coat that is worn in Japan over a kimono.
Right, right. Yes,
you got this leather that you would put on, and so I thought this is like a coat in the process of being tailored.
Right.
Well, that was my thinking for the title. But it's also sort of, I wanted to think about the story of Arachne and how you have to keep the world together by stitching it together all the time, because it's always coming apart. So it's coming together and it's coming apart at the same time. So that was my thinking here, and I began to enjoy the compositional aspect. Because I had been interested in architectural design for a long time, but I never was able to make use of it, not being an architect.
Right, of course.
But I know, for example, modern architecture, can take an inspiration even from a wastepaper basket,
Right. Neat. Okay, well, let's have a look at one of your other pieces.
Right.
So this picture, meditation practice, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's like the other one. Basic same idea. I'm working with composition, but here I have papers that are sourced in Tibet, and these are Lokta papers, and the traditional handmade papers in the Himalayas.
Oh.
And I thought they were so beautiful.
They are.
And I put them as a background, but then I thought, no, I want to leave them all exposed, because this is like crinkled paper here, and
this
is what you call a Bodhi paper. It's printed with some Buddhist designs. And so when I was putting this together, I was just thinking, how can I make this just a very simple, basic, meditative composition that makes you feel restful. And I did that, but then I put this in here. This is a momigami, which I made out of poster paper. It's called momigami, Japanese art of turning paper into fabric. By kneading it for a long time with like hand lotion.
Oh, wow.
And when you're done, it's quite soft. You could make a whole dress out of it.
Oh my goodness.
So I had a little piece of it here, and I put that in to disturb the composition, because I feel there needs to be something to disturb. And again, I've used some Chinese mulberry paper, which I really like, and tissue paper, and the burlap is kind of an in-your-face thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's a good contrast for sure, for sure.
But here I started to add things, because I wanted things that would leave the canvas.
Yes, yes, and I like that.
I wanted them to leave the canvas, and so something that isn't even attached except that they're.
Yeah.
And then the lines, I started using these lines to sort of hold down the whole composition, to calm it down.
Well, yeah, I can totally see from here, like if you eliminated just that line and that it just changes it completely,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. Once I put this, it's a piece of wood
Yeah.
that I painted black.
Yeah.
Once you put it on there, it sort of coheres, makes everything cohere.
Yeah.
Then you've got this
Just that silent little
string
line.
that
Yeah.
is more alive, and so that
Yeah.
the contrast. So it's really an exercise in how to see shapes and compare, space and color. And you just keep on making them because every time you do, you have a new experiment.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Well, let's go see another one. Well, this is a really cool combination you have here. Burlington Northern. What nurse is this about?
Well, it's because I moved to the lower mainland, to the Delta, and driving along, in the Delta area is a lot of trains.
Oh, yes, right, of course, yes.
And they're very, very long, and they're carrying all
Oh.
sorts of cargo. And I find them quite romantic. So I always enjoy the view of a train. And sometimes they're going over you because on a bridge. So I started, my son went to an art show, I think it was in London. It was a retrospective of the work of Anna Eva Bergman. You've heard of her. She was being sort of resurrected after having been ignored for a while, and her work was interesting because she put a lot of shiny sort of metal sheets onto canvas, all over the canvas.
Oh, yeah.
And I was so taken by that. So I wanted to try it.
Yeah, of course.
And,
We're artists, aren't we?
I started putting these sheets, these metallic sheets down onto canvas to see what would happen. And then I had these 3 canvases, so I just did this, continued.
Right.
And I had it hanging on my wall, and over time, it took me over months really, I added things. There's a piece of red fabric here, piece of some gold paint. This is from another work I did on gel plate, which I cut up, and some stamps. I've stamped things onto here, and it just kind of developed over time, and I really didn't know where it was going. But visitors to my house kept saying, "Oh, I like that," So I thought, okay, maybe that was encouraging.
Yes, yes.
And at some point or other, I just decided I'm not doing anymore. It's done. It must be done.
Yes.
So it started. You have your matriarchs or your patriarchs and mentors, and I thought Anna Eva Bergman was one, and Eva Hassie was another for me. So I had them like this, one after the other, and I was thinking about the trains and the tracks, the lines, and
the lights and everything. Yes.
So therefore, I like the word Burlington. So that's how it became a little train triptych.
Right. Well, it's really neat, and I must say, very, very eye-catching. Love the colors of it too.
Yeah, it's very geometrical.
Yes.
I used to do geometrical work in the past, but I stopped and did something more lyrical. But then I decided, it's actually quite calming to have those straight lines.
Right. Yes, it's interesting because normally I like the more organic line.
Yes.
But when I was looking at your pictures to get ready for the interview, this was the one that shouted out to me, and I thought, where is that? I guess there is organic. You have a mixture of the organic line and the straight line. And
well, there's organic inside these collage pieces.
Yeah.
But there isn't very much organic about a train.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Except for what's inside the cargo, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. I know you've got lots more interesting pieces here, but it's really been interesting to learn about these pieces.
Thanks for the interview.
You're welcome.
Thank you, KRISTJANA, for sharing your ideas and art with me today. I really enjoyed learning more about your passion and how you project it into your work. KRISTJANA's show can be seen here at the Newton Cultural Centre until May 29th, 2025, or it can be viewed online at theartscouncilofsurrey.ca.